Welcome, everybody, to the Next Save Point Show, where each and every week we are going to talk to you about the latest and greatest in the video game world. We're talking new games, we're talking new releases, and we're talking news. My name is Travis Costello.
I'm Joshua Russo.
I'm Gerry. Rocha?
Yeah. How's everybody going, guys?
Good. I didn't know we were starting so soon.
We just get in this. We get in this and we get on this.
Nice. Did you guys get anything on Black Friday?
Yes, as we, for the listener, we are recording this on Black Saturday. Is that technically the term?
No.
Okay. Cyber Saturday? Silly sell Saturday? Sell everything Saturday? Yeah, so yesterday was Black Friday, and I bought a Fallout 4 Vault Tech Boy statue for $12.99.
So did I.
At GameStop.
Really?
Yeah, we went together.
Oh.
It was cute.
It was so fun. We held hands the whole time.
Yeah.
Whole time, man. That's some commitment level. High commitment level.
Gerry, did you get anything?
No.
No.
Some poor. No, nothing. Nothing for me. That just worked.
Well, I also bought, while I was at the store, I bought Dying Light for $20. And I got Until Dawn. So I'm going to try both of those out.
Nice.
Yeah, Dying Light's one of those games that kind of came and went a little too quick, but the reviews are fantastic. It's one of those games. I mean, it's a zombie game. How could you pass up on a zombie game? So I think I'm going to go out and get that too. I think the same deal goes all through the weekend. And $20, you can't pass up on a great game.
If it's still in stock, I got like the last sealed copy. So.
I will make it in stock. I don't know how that's possible, but I'll do that.
Well, let me give a little story since we're talking about Dying Light. Or no, what was it? The other one?
Until
Dawn. Okay, so I got home and I wasn't too tired. So I was like, you know what? Before bed, let me play this a little bit. And so I started doing the tutorial, and there's a spot where you're supposed to use a touchpad to swipe. And when that happened, I noticed my touchpad wasn't working for any of that. And so I replaced my thumbsticks because the PS4 thumbsticks are garbage. So I got the 360, or no, what was it? The Xbox One sticks. One. And it took my controller apart a while ago, and I guess during that process, my touchpad somehow became slightly disconnected because it would still work as a button, but it won't work for swiping around the touch part, you know? So I couldn't unlock my phone in this game because I was trying to use my flashlight on my phone. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to take my controller apart. I'm just going to go to bed. So I only got to do a little bit of a tutorial. So I woke up super early this morning, and I was like, all right, let's take this controller apart. Let's see what's going on with the wires. And, you know, it's hard to explain, but there's this like ribbon wire that you got to connect to two different spots. The front spot, Gerry, was plugged in. So it was the other wire that's plugged in under the plastic. So I had to like take a little flathead and pry it off the glue.
Oh.
And then I plugged that in, put the whole controller back together.
And
then I turned on the PlayStation, started trying to go back from where I was, and it wouldn't work again.
The hell? That's
and so then I took it back
odd.
apart, and it somehow came undone while I was putting it back together, which was super annoying. So after that, I finally get the touchpad working, and I'm playing the game, a little more of the tutorial, and I find a little totem. And to inspect an object, you press R2, and now my R2 is not working. So
you are terrible at reassembling DualShock.
I don't think there's a school that you could go to, right?
There's the school of YouTube, but
the school of YouTube.
I took my tools that I just put away, I brought them back out, and I took it back apart again, and I found out that the right trigger wasn't popped back in the little pocket properly. And I was like, oh, that's obviously it. So then I do that. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to put this thing all the way together. I'm going to leave the screws out for a little bit. I'm going to leave my tools out just in case. And it's a good thing I did because the R trigger still wasn't working when I went back into the game.
Oh my god.
And there's the little rubber part that pops over the actual button that the trigger presses down. That part was off the sleeve that it's supposed to be on. So once I fixed that, it was working. I packed up my tools, and then I played a good hour and a half of the Until Dawn.
I was going to ask if you actually got a chance to play the game.
Yeah, it was super frustrating, but I mean, I totally forgot about it once I got into that game. That game is very pretty. That game looks great.
Isn't it kind of creepy how good it's Peter Stormare looks? Or Stormare?
Is he the analyst?
Yeah.
That guy is awesome. I'm so intrigued by that character. I want to know more. I mean, I've seen him twice. I think I'm in chapter 2, episode 2 or whatever. And I just want to know what's up with that string of the story.
Yeah, and not even that, but it's just like the facial animation. It's almost like at certain points I was like, oh, that looks like him. But at some other moments, it's almost like it's awkward because you're in the uncanny valley. It's like it looks really good, but it also looks kind of off.
Yeah, it's really cool how they get the facial expressions, and then because they put the little stuff on their face for that, but they also get like inside his mouth. You can see his tongue, like the little ticks he does. He puts it on his teeth while he's like waiting for a response, and it's just weird. It's really, really well done. So I mean, I heard it's a pretty short game, so I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I'm looking forward to it.
I beat it earlier in the week. I beat it. Well, I guess we're talking about what we played this week, Travis. I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. Why not?
I actually went to Redbox because I heard it was a really short game and like one of those kind of, I guess you'd call it like a breakout game. Like nobody really saw it that thought it was going to do well, and then comes out and like Supermassive Games announced that they had great sales for like in terms of sales numbers because it's kind of unexpected. So like I gave it a try, and it's a solid game. Like you might be a little bit turned off at first because it kind of features the classic horror cliches. The eight students. I think they're high school students.
Yeah,
and they're all terrible people, right, Josh? Like,
well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't turn me off at all. It makes me like more excited to play it. I'm like, ooh, it's like a scary movie. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I heard that each one of the characters actually has like something that you really don't like about them, and something that you really do, or maybe you.
Well, there's one person I've met so far that I just can't stand, but I'm not that far into it.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to spoil it. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. We can talk about it in depth because I don't really want to spoil like anything. I just want you to.
Okay, so anybody else listening, you need to go find this game and rent it and finish it by next week, so we all have a spoiler podcast.
Every listener needs to play it and beat it by next week. Well, another thing that's interesting about that game is it did get such great reviews. It did get such great praise from all the video game outlets and the news, but. I guess because it's a third person perspective, it's behind the, it's that like hover behind the protagonist or whatever you want to call that person that you're playing. Because I guess you play every character or multiple characters.
Yeah, it jumps around.
Yeah, so they're trying to make a VR version of it where the camera's actually in the character's head or whatever. I don't know how you're going to do that. I don't know how they're going to do that with the, just by plugging in, but I think that'd be a really interesting way of playing that game.
That'd be cool, but I think it kind of loses some of its because I think the big selling point of the game is the characters. You have 8 very distinct characters, and throughout throughout the game, like they can change and their character develops. So. I think it'd be kind of weird doing it because if the first person is actually you, is that a character? Do you get to see the character? Kind of thing.
Yeah, that is a good point. I wonder if it'll like jump in and out of it or like do little cutscenes. I don't know the gameplay, but if it does like a cutscene where it shows different angles from around the room.
Yeah, maybe.
I was watching that character you're talking about, the analyst. I was looking at the paintings in his room and all the stuff that's there, trying to find out more about who he is and what his deal is. And I don't know. I have kind of an idea, but I need to hang out with him a little more. But I definitely check out all the environments while I'm in that game.
Now that was Until Dawn. They're coming out with a expansion, not expansion.
Are they?
Yeah, there's some downloadable content for it.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's called something with a heart.
Oh,
with a heart. I know. The only thing I know for sure about that is that the game is for sure getting a sequel.
Wow.
And it's getting a sequel, and there is an expansion. It's called Rush of Blood.
That's what it is. blood, heart, same thing.
Pump it.
Yeah, I can see that. It's confirmed, and then for sure Until Dawn 2 is in development.
Wow, that's cool, man. I mean, I'll have a better understanding of if I'm just as excited next week when I finish the game, because right now I'm really liking it. I think that people don't like some of these games where it's a lot of storytelling, but I feel like it's such a cool way to tell a story, and it can only be done with a video game. You can't read a book or a movie or comic and get all these choices at your control to send a certain way.
Unless you're going to the 1997 Goosebumps, where you could actually
choose your own
adventure.
Yeah, that's boring though. This is a much more immersive way to do that same sort of style.
And there's a challenge too, because I'm let's talk about Mass Effect 2, a game that's been out for a while. So spoilers, there is an ending in, you could end it with one character, you could end it with 3 characters, or you could end it with all your characters. And so there's a lot of replay value in trying to get all the characters to the end. Or
I've heard
some
that
of them.
this game is the same way. You can end it with everybody or nobody.
Yeah, well,
exactly. And I feel that's what's so refreshing about the recent wave of like choose your own adventure games, that other than really Mass Effect 2, I feel like that Until Dawn is truly one of those games where like your decisions truly matter. Because as of recent, like with the Telltale games that I've been playing, because I played through this year, I played through The Wolf Among Us, Walking Dead Season 2, and the Game of Thrones game. And with those 3 games, you kind of see what they do. Like you get the illusion of making a decision, but at the end of it, you almost get the same ending. The only one that kind of didn't do that was The Walking Dead Season 2. But for the other 2 games, for the most part, like let's say you made a decision not to kill somebody, but eventually that person does die later on that episode. And then if you pick the other person, then the other person will die later in that episode. It's kind of annoying. You kind of see where they, no matter what you pick,
it's just kind of Mad Libs.
Yeah.
You're just moving around verbs and
kind of
nouns.
Because my girlfriend Ellen, she likes to play the Telltale games a lot, and after we do, like, I'll play through it, and then I'll see her play, and she'll make different decisions than me, and the outcome, like it'll get like a different cutscene, when the decision happens, but at the end of the episode, it boils down to the same story. I don't know, the same. It'll boil down to the same ending.
Yeah,
it doesn't really change that much.
All roads lead to the same place.
Yeah,
exactly.
Great. Okay, so a couple things I want to talk about. Since Black Friday was yesterday, it is 1 year since I've owned a PlayStation 4.
Oh yeah,
I got
right.
Black Friday. Yeah, and it was $499. And now, it's $399.
I don't think it ever started at that price.
I may have overpaid. No, it was $399 last year. I got the Grand Theft Auto 5 bundle, and then this year it's $299. So, do you guys feel like it was $100 well spent? I think so.
I was gonna say, are you talking about your purchase? Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like, you look at these consoles, they don't go on sale that often. They don't drop in price that often. It's very rare, especially something like the PlayStation 4 that's going to have 10-year lifespan, I feel like $399 was a great price. I got a couple games with it, Last of Us and Grand Theft Auto 5, which I traded in for Far Cry 4. Two great games. Super pleased. It's been a great year. A couple of games in there that I still need to go back to, but for the most part, everything that I've put in that system, I just can't get enough of.
My only regret is that I got married around the time the PlayStation 4 came out, so I couldn't really buy it at launch. So I did have to wait a couple months. But yeah, I love being an early adopter of consoles. I mean, you're going to run into problems, but I think it's great to be able to have it from the beginning and be able to play through the whole library. It's hard to go back and catch up. If all these great games are already out, there's so much that you don't have enough money to go back and do all this stuff. But I don't know. I mean, for me, it's been totally worth it.
Yeah.
And mine was a gift, so it's extra worth it.
It's the best. What about you, Gerry?
I've gotten more than my money's worth in 2 years now?
In just Destiny.
Just Destiny. Yeah, I got it at launch. I actually looked at my numbers, my Destiny time, and across all three characters, I have 450 hours played.
Oh, so you overshot it last week when you said
Yeah,
500.
you did say 500, so I don't want to call you a liar, but you're
I don't respect you as much.
It's 450, and in the last year, in the last 365 days, that averaged to an hour and a half per day of Destiny.
That's quite a bit.
But no, overall, I'm really pleased with it. So I know some people hate remasters. I enjoy them. I think it's a great way of bringing an old game, especially early in the console's life cycle. When there's not much out. Like, I think remasters are a great way of, oh, you didn't play this game? Perfect. Go play it now on PS4 with better graphics and trophy support, probably.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I would not have played the Last of Us if they didn't port it over,
Mm-hmm. Uncharted Collection, Like, I played through all three of them when they came out, but I want to do it again because it's Uncharted. It's a great series. One of the best PlayStation 3 games to come out.
It's one of the best Sony franchise games that's going to come out, or to have come through Sony.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's move to non-video game real quick. I think huge news this week is Captain America: Civil War.
I'm gonna take a nap real quick.
God! That trailer.
Wasn't that awesome, Jerry?
That was amazing.
Now you and I, Jerry, you and I both really enjoy these movies. Josh is trying to catch up.
Where are you at, Josh? Still at Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Have you seen Winter Soldier yet?
I seen like the beginning where a car blows up or something.
Oh my god!
You saw the trailer?
Sure, I don't know.
It's a great movie. That's one of my favorite of the Marvel movies too.
One of the top two.
I saw Guardians and Ant-Man.
Great, also great movies. Yeah, and guess what? Ant-Man's going to be in Civil War.
Okay.
Apparently, maybe I didn't see him in the trailer. I didn't see him in the trailer, but they said he's going to be.
You just didn't see him.
Oh yeah, that's right, because he's an ant-sized man.
No, I really, really, really enjoyed the trailer. Like, to me, the scene that sold it, I feel, was the exchange. Like Cap is saying to Tony, it's like Tony, you have to understand, like, he's my friend, and then Tony just goes, I thought I was too. Like, no, I was too.
I was too, or something like that. Yeah.
It's like, oh, that cuts deep. That cuts deep.
Oh, what sold it for me was when spoilers of stupid people that don't actually like watching trailers before movies. Josh, when they're fighting, and it's the Winter Soldier and Captain America versus Iron Man. I mean, you think, okay, Iron Man obviously has to be able to take on one of them. But you forget, like, Winter Soldier has that badass arm. He's super agile. He's got the, super serum. Like, he's super badass in himself. And then you have Captain America, super strong, everything like that. And they're stopping him from, using his little the blasters and stuff.
Wait, so Captain America is not the Winter Soldier?
No.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
But it looks like
you really need to watch that.
Why do they call him Halo too? Just kidding. Just kidding.
I just can't believe. I mean, this is going to be huge. There are going to be more cast members in this movie than I think Age of Ultron, which is that's already a star-studded crew. I didn't see Thor. Oh, go ahead.
No, go. You didn't see who?
I didn't see Thor. Was Thor in it? No.
No, I don't think so. He's doing his own little thing. I mean, I don't know why he might show up or not.
He's an Asgard.
Yeah. But I do still like that. It, at least in the trailer, it seems like it's definitely a boiled down Civil War, because you read the comic, right, Travis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read it too, and it's definitely a very toned down, very personal, which I'm completely okay with. It does, at the core of it, it does feel like it is still a Captain America movie. It's Cap trying to help his buddy.
Yeah, and in the actual comic book, they have a lot more there are a lot more heroes and a lot more villains that they actually can play with. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we haven't introduced a fraction of those amount of people. So, yeah, it definitely has to be a more personal civil war between close friends rather than having what they kind of
big.
They call it house party. They call those comic books like the house party where everybody shows up. Yeah. Because you don't have Goliath. I mean, you don't have the Wasp. I guess you have the Wasp, but all that.
Not yet.
Not yet. I don't know. So yeah, it looks fantastic. I can't wait to see it. Apparently, there's already big buzz about it, and it's only 6 months away.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm usually waiting a lot longer for these, but this is like May, right?
I might watch one of those Marvel movies in those 6 months.
You have like 2 to catch up on.
You know what would have been really cool though?
What?
If Batman vs Superman and Captain America: Civil War still had the same release date.
Yeah.
Because you remember,
the ultimate,
a year ago they were both May 6th, and then Batman v Superman conceded and moved to March.
Yeah, which I'm surprised that it did set up that way. Do you think it was by chance that they landed on the same day, or do you think that was planned originally?
I thought Marvel already had the date years prior, didn't they? Because don't they had like this huge master release schedule list.
Would you want to go see those 2 movies on the same weekend though? Wouldn't that be just too much chaos? Are you serious? Wouldn't it be just nuts at that theater?
I wouldn't see. I'll be honest. I'm not going to see Star Wars opening
I was going to say I'm not going to see. I'm not waiting in line either. I'll see it when I see it.
People.
I'll see it when I see it.
Well,
and it'll be fine.
I'm just the movie's not going anywhere.
What's wrong with you?
It's kind of like a double entendre. You either go see it opening weekend and not worry about spoilers, but you have to battle
That's impossible.
Yeah, but
that's literally impossible.
Especially with social media, or you wait a week and you just get off social media altogether.
Good luck with that.
Oh my god, I can't believe Luke was the evil guy all along.
Yeah,
that's a stupid theory, by the way.
Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it.
That's a rumor. That's farce.
I think that sounds totally legit.
I think the dumbest one though is like, oh, Kylo Ren is actually Luke. And I was like, are you guys? We've seen the behind the scenes with Adam Driver without his mask off. Sorry.
Well, not only that, but it's. I don't think Luke. I mean, Mark Hamill is in good enough shape to fit into that Kylo Ren outfit.
Exactly.
All right.
So, Gerry, I think you said you had a little treat for us for the anniversary of the Xbox. It's their Xbox 360's 10th anniversary this last week, or maybe within the last 2 weeks. It was
last week. Let me look it up because I know it was definitely out in November, and it was definitely out in 2005. And I remember it being a big deal, but I was like, oh my god, because it was the first next gen console, and then the PS3 and the Wii were still a year away.
Yeah, that was crazy. I forget how early the Xbox 360 came out.
Yeah,
like I keep thinking it was like 2006, 2007 that all of them came out, but man, they came out in 2005.
November 22nd, 2005. So about a week ago.
About a week ago.
If you're gonna say that. So, True Achievements put out this little URL where you could look up your very first achievement you earned, and it was the URL is at trueachievements.com /first achievement.aspx. So, Josh, do you care to guess what your very first gamer achievement was?
Let me guess Josh's.
Okay, give me guess. All right.
What's that game? Cookie Mama?
Cookie Mama on 360.
I don't know what his guess would be.
I would like to hope it was Gears of War, but I don't think it is. I think when I first got my 360, I just wanted to grab anything, and I grabbed something cheap, and it might have been Cameo? Something from Cameo?
Ooh, no.
Oh, neither on both?
No, it was not Cameo.
What was it?
Gears.
Okay.
Plinko.
Okay, I'll give you the date though. Maybe that'll help you
Probably
refresh
not.
your memory.
Probably not. But
what August 8th, 2007.
See, so that's why I felt like it came out in 2007.
That was
That's
a
when I
good
got
day.
mine.
All right, so
So what do we? Okay,
It
so
is
hold on.
It
Wasn't a launch title?
was not a launch title, and it's technically it's a franchise, long running franchise. You can still buy these games nowadays.
is it an exclusive? Xbox exclusive?
Nope, it was available on PS2 or PS3.
I bet you it's a Grand Theft Auto.
No, it's not Grand Theft Auto.
It's a very.
Grand
It's
Theft Auto
a.
came out in
I guess
08.
you could say this game is aimed at kids.
Oh
Definitely
no,
Grand
was it
Theft
Sonic
Auto.
the Hedgehog?
No.
Okay, good. You know what? I have no clue. You just have to.
Okay. All right. It was Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy.
Oh, that's not bad. I'm not bummed with that. That's those games are fun.
That's pretty cool.
And the first achievement you got was Secret Plans level complete for 20 gamer score, which was complete the first level of the game.
And now
August
I got
8th.
65,000.
That's quite a bit.
Out of 95,000 possible, actually. That actually gives you that too.
Oh wow! So wow,
You
I
actually have a
got
pretty good
66%.
completion ratio.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're getting a D.
that's pretty good for video games.
Yeah. Travis, I'll give you the date. Like I said, this is to make it easy on you.
I know exactly what it is, but go ahead.
You achieved it on July 25th, 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Yep. It was
halfway through the lifespan.
Yeah, I'm a very casual gamer. My Xbox experience was basically I lived with a bunch of roommates in college, and I just would use their Xbox. And then when I moved out and became an adult, I decided to buy my own from a dude on Craigslist for
In a back alley.
$95. And I think my first game was I think it was. I'm such a casual gamer. I'm embarrassed. I think it was Modern Warfare.
You're wrong.
Grand Theft Auto 4.
What was it?
July 25th, 2010. Big franchise. You guys love the current game.
Oh, it was Skyrim.
Fallout 3.
Fallout 3. Josh got it.
Oh, that's such a cool first achievement.
So the irony behind that is that I returned the game like 3 days later.
That's funny.
Oh man, you exited the vault.
You have the Vault 101 Citizenship Award.
That's just to take the goat.
10 gamer score, which means you just got your Pip-Boy 3000.
Yes, that was at my birthday party, my 10th birthday party.
Somebody stole your sweet roll.
Are you kidding? Was it?
All right, Gerry.
Wait, hold on. So you know how you had 65,000 out of 92,000?
Yeah.
Travis has...
No. I know exactly how many I have.
Travis has 7,230 out of 8,603.
That's a pretty good.
Hey,
That's like,
look at that.
That's like a B.
Yeah, I have very, as the listeners have come to learn, I'm a very casual gamer. I just stick with what I got. I don't really expand my horizons. That's why I have you guys.
And
oh man, that's embarrassing. But
that's a good one.
yeah,
All right, take a guess. I earned mine February 2nd, 2007.
Oh wow, we got it the same year.
Okay, I think I know what it is.
I don't.
It's. I'll give you a hint. We already named it.
Gears of War.
And the guess. Yep, the Gears of War. Gears of War.
That game was fun, man. I played that all the time.
It was Prison Breakout with 10 gamer score, and it was completed tutorial level on any skill level.
Do you remember I'd take my Xbox, their old newspaper, and hardwire that thing in and we'd be playing at the office?
Because their internet was so much better than whatever we had at the time.
Yeah, like my home internet sucked, so took my Xbox to school, then my newspaper office, and just stayed late.
And that's the best when you just get a nice hot connection. You could go online and. Oh, did you guys play Gears Online?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was.
Did we play Gears Online?
That was loads of fun. I played that in college quite a bit.
That game's awesome.
And then Horde mode.
I wish I had an Xbox One.
Horde was the best.
Was it? Well, you get to like level, was it 40 or 50?
Waves, yeah.
Yeah, 50 waves. And that last wave was just so tough. It was the best. Torque bow.
I still hated the shotguns in that game though. That was annoying.
No, dude, that was great.
The shotguns
Because
in
it was
most
the only
games.
thing you would use. It was the only thing you could use to win, to be good.
That game was pretty enraging though, because you'd be thinking you're shooting somebody, but you'd have this lag on your screen, so you're really like shooting way over their shoulder. But it looks like on your screen you're hitting them dead on, and that was the worst. You could never calibrate that kind of laggy error.
I remember we always played Annex. That game. I love that game mode. Remember where we captured the zones? We had to stay in the zones to get points.
No, I don't. It's been a long time. I remember Team Deathmatch, King of the Hill. I guess Annex. Oh yeah, the counter would go on while you were in there.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
But yeah, Xbox, congratulations, 10 years. Ooh.
Wow.
After everybody thought it was going to be a massive failure after the first one.
Oh, with all those red. Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and there were the Xbox was not perfect by any means, but they constantly improved on it, and it actually is a very fond memories of that game. Is a very good console.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the blades. I was kind of upset when they took them away. Remember, Josh?
Yeah,
the old UI. That was.
It's nice.
It was
it's
simple.
Nice.
It was simple, and it was very easy to look at.
Yeah, but you get used to it as they move on, and I wouldn't want to go back to those.
They went very Microsoft.
I do miss how you could watch Netflix together with your friends, and it'd show your avatars in the movie theater.
We used to do that together. Yeah, we used to do the Netflix theater. It was like a Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah,
we'd sit in the front. Jerry, did you ever do that?
No.
It was great. Did you know you could do that? Oh, you got no friends.
I did, but
it's fun.
I just never bothered to do it because video game consoles, video games, guys, Jesus.
Remember we used to play poker together?
Oh yeah,
I got to the tail end of that. Things you guys did. I wasn't at the beginning. You were like, "Oh, you should get this poker game," and I was like, "Okay."
Full House
and
Poker.
I played like 2 nights.
Oh
2
man,
nights,
no. My brother
cool.
Travis, I had a bunch of friends who'd all just find a table, sit, chit chat about our day, playing cards, and we'd meet strangers from all over the place. Man, Xbox Live, poker back in the day, that was fun, man. I had a good 10 years on the Xbox.
You gotta give it to Xbox Live. It was always the better online platform over PlayStation.
Apparently,
like,
I
they
had
were
like
rarely,
a good 2 years.
they,
Okay, so great Xbox anniversary, fantastic. We have some pretty serious stuff to talk about. Josh and I, we are big names now in the video game world.
We are names.
We have names, and we, I guess, are in the video game world. We're scratching the surface. We live near Los Angeles, Josh, San Diego, myself, Orange County, Gerry, not so close up in the Chico and the NorCal. But the Video Game Awards are this week, December 3rd.
Hype.
Yeah, hype. And so Josh and I thought it'd be really cool if we went to them. So for $25, I mean, honestly, it's the cheapest award show I think I've ever heard of. We got really sweet seats. We're going to be sitting pretty close to the front row, live tweeting on nextsavepoint.com, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, nextsavepoint. Go ahead and follow us. We're going to give you all the updates as we're there. But I feel like we should talk about pre-VGA thoughts.
Yeah, let's get some announcement or some guesses, I guess, and maybe guess what games will be announced and revealed at the show too. So, we talked a little bit before about our picks for the best game and developer of the year. We'll come back to that and see if we still hold that. Mm-hmm. But let's jump ahead and talk about the most anticipated game for next year, because that's on the category here. We got Horizon Zero Dawn, No Man's Sky, Quantum Break, The Last Guardian, and Uncharted 4.
Well, I mean, for most anticipated game, it's really hard not to go with The Last Guardian because of the hype that's, what's it, 10 years now?
It's the most anticipated, not the longest anticipated.
Come on, Travis.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like being pregnant for 10 years and you finally get to see what this thing can do. So, Gerry, what do you think? What do you think the most anticipated game of 2016 is?
To me, No Man's Sky. Because of the scope of that game. It's just ridiculous to think that you can go into a planet-sized planet, not have enough time to explore it, leave the planet, get cross the atmosphere, and then have like just travel in space and pick another dot in the galaxy and move along and collect resources. Like that, to me, it just defies any kind of logic, and it's like anything I've ever seen in a game before. So to me, that is my most anticipated game.
It's a game changer.
Exactly.
If they can
I
pull it
feel
off.
like if it exactly.
See, I'm kind of hesitant because I haven't seen too much. I'm familiar with what it is supposed to be, but it sounds way over ambitious that I'm not sure if they're going to be able to pull it off. So I'm going to go with Uncharted 4 because I know that's going to be good.
What do you think they are not going to be able to pull off in No Man's Sky?
I think that they can't have a game that huge and keep it fresh. I think you're going to get repetitive planets, and you're going to get mundane quests or whatever. Is that what you just explore? Or
Yeah, you explore. So far what I've seen, there really is no storyline. You create your own story.
I feel like it's with with Fallout, it's a big world, but it's not as big as what it sounds like No Man's Sky is going to be. But I feel like you can't have it be too big before things start to look the same. So I'm just worried that maybe that's going to happen.
Yeah, I was thinking
it's possible.
I was thinking the same thing with that you were saying, Josh, where you can only see so many of this animal, and then how many different variations of that animal, what type of fish. Are the same fish going to be on multiple planets? Are the same animals going to be on the same planets? I don't really know how it's going to work. I'm excited to see it, but there has to be a limitation. Infinite number of planets is great, but much like Minecraft, you keep walking, you're still going to see green grass, you're still going to see blue water, you're still going to see trees. How different is each one going to be?
Right, but this goes back to last week when we were talking about reviews and expectations. I'm just not going to hype myself up to make it, seem like this is going to be as endless as I think they are marketing it. But it's probably going to be great. I'm definitely going to get it and check it out and play it. But like I said, Uncharted, I know. They got a track record of great storytelling, great action, great gameplay. So that one I'm going with, and I'm still not sold that this is going to be last Uncharted. I think, they're calling it a Thief's End. They're saying it's the end of Nathan Drake. I'm not buying it. If I can make, you think it is?
I think it is the end of Nathan Drake, and then we'll see Uncharted 5 with like a brand new character. I think.
I
would disagree. I would say that the Thief's End is not Drake's end, but a different character.
Ooh.
And I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Maybe, or even maybe, if it does come to be, Nathan Drake's end there's, from the look of game 3 and 4, like Nate looks really old. So I can totally see there being a bunch of years unexplored, and maybe the next one will be like a prequel that led to the events of Thieves.
So do you feel that it's not as anticipated because it's not quite the last chapter? Is that what you guys are saying?
To me, I just think because it's, because what Josh said, to me, Josh's point of view of like, it's going to be good. That's why I don't really look forward. Not that I don't look forward to it, but like I look forward to it. But because I know it's going to be good. Like I want something new though. I'm anticipating No Man's Sky because it's something I've never seen before. I know Uncharted is going to be great. I know I'm going to love it, but I can't wait to see how No Man's Sky either bombs or becomes this amazing thing that nobody expected.
Oh, I guess that's not a bad way to look at it. Not most anticipated in terms of quality, just in terms of what is it? What is it going to be? Yeah, you actually swung me. I think I'm gonna go with you guys on No Man's Sky.
well, then what about Horizon Zero Dawn? That has gotten a lot of hype right now.
I don't really know much about it, guys.
Are you guys? Are you guys kidding?
I think I remember seeing a trailer E3.
This is the. It seems like you're running around with a bow and arrow, but every dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But every dinosaur is like a mech. It's like a mech dinosaur.
It's-
Your bow and arrow is like super mech and all this stuff.
It's by the guys that made Killzone. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It does look amazing.
The
Never
developers,
mind.
Guerrilla Games. Yeah, it's supposed to come out next year.
I completely again, Guerrilla. I enjoy Killzone. Guerrilla's known to put out good games, very pretty looking games. So I expect a good game. That's why I'm sticking to No Man's Sky.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe Horizon is a little overhyped, but in terms of game changer, I think No Man's Sky, I think we're unanimous in that that's going to be the one that...
It's going to try to break some molds for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so the next category we got, let's go with Best Multiplayer. The nominees are Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Destiny The Taken King, Halo 5 Guardians, Rocket League, and Splatoon. I feel like they might just give it to Rocket League for being different.
Yep, I agree.
Really?
Rocket League got its own. Well, what's the channel for esports? The MLG.
Twitch?
Is it MLG like the main?
Major League Gaming?
Yeah, but the Rocket League, like a couple weeks within release, got its own like pro esports like channel competition, whatever you want to call it. Like Rocket League, at one point it was like the most downloaded game, the most downloaded PS Plus game ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
yeah, I can't imagine not downloading.
I download all my free games.
Yeah, but also, I mean, a game that everybody talked about. It was one of those things that
Exactly.
it was in everybody's feed.
People at work were telling me about it,
Yeah.
and they're not hardcore gamers at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's-
Jerry, you played it a lot with Ellen, right?
Not with them, but like I played a lot at the beginning when it came out.
I thought you were saying we, but apparently we means you and your PlayStation.
I'm talking about my friends, like the guys that I play Destiny with. It's the one game that actually took us off Destiny for like a week or two, and
That's hard to do.
exactly because we were really into that game. And Rocket League, I love soccer and soccer with cars. That's just like 10 times better. Like heck,
Yeah, I think
you go
I
wrong with that.
definitely think that's going to take the award. I mean, Call of Duty, it's Call of Duty. It is what it is. Destiny, it's a new version of the old game from last year. I mean, I don't even know why it's back in the. I mean, is this count as a new Destiny game? Like we said, it is a new game, but should it be in the Game Awards 2 years in a row?
I think technically because it's an expansion and not an add-on, it's being touted as like its own game. I kind of see why they do it like that.
Yeah, it's just not. I'm not. I don't know if that's ever been done before in previous award shows or anything like that. Splatoon.
Now, are there enough? That's Wii, right?
Yeah, that's
Are
the
there-
one where they're painting.
Yeah,
the maps.
Paintball. Are there enough Wii players who actually?
I think that's like the game to be playing if you. I don't know
If you like
that-
multiplayer, because
If
I
you
heard
want to do
really
multiplayer
good,
Wii U, yeah, that's the game.
because it doesn't. You don't have to be like a skilled first-person shooter player. You can win the game by painting the walls. Like painting, like spreading paint throughout the map. So, because from what I've seen from gameplay videos, you can travel within the paint. You can go into the paint and then pop out of nowhere, like on your enemy, and just shoot him point blank.
Kind of like a portal.
Yeah. So, painting the walls is also a very important objective compared to like just shooting.
It's one of those games that it could be like a Mario Kart where so many people like it, so many people love it, and it's a Wii.
And anybody could win because anything can happen in those matches.
So,
See, but Rocket League worked from the get-go. Like, I think maybe it had one
same
day
thing.
where like the servers were down. They released a patch later that night, and it worked, or later the next day. Whereas like Black Ops is Black Ops. Taken King, there's always issues with Bungie servers. I can't speak for Halo, and from what I've heard, Splatoon also had network issues.
Yeah,
at
the
release.
Nintendo network is Nintendo and online haven't had the best relationship.
yeah, it was Rocket League. That wasn't exclusive to PlayStation, was it?
I think
It is.
It is? Oh, I thought
It
it was on
is.
PC too.
So,
Oh yeah, PC. Well,
but it's just not an Xbox.
Yeah, it's not on Xbox.
So here you have Halo, which is Xbox only. You have Splatoon, which is Wii only. Rocket League, which is limited. It's not everywhere. But then you have Destiny and Call of Duty, which are on every platform.
Except Wii.
Well,
I like how we don't like to count one platform for whatever.
I mean, when you're talking multiplayer, especially online multiplayer, I mean, it's hard to consider. I mean, I'm glad Splatoon's up there. Maybe that's the game changer, but it's hard to consider.
Yeah.
So,
I think we all agree on Rocket League for that one, right?
Yeah.
Well, Rocket League is also nominated for Best Sports Game, along with FIFA 16, Forza Motorsport 6, and Pro Evolution Soccer 2016. Jerry, I think you've played more of these than anybody else. We don't play
gonna go to
football.
Rocket League
Again?
Just based on the fun factor. Yeah. Well, FIFA 16 is the same as FIFA 15. Unfortunately, usually they do a little bit. Every game you have to change it to make it stand out. This year they got lazy, and it looks pretty much the same game. I think Rocket League 2K is impressive. I played 14 and 15, and they're impressive games. But it's they build on the success of the previous ones. Forza, again, Pro Evo. I think Rocket League has this in the bag, just because of how popular it is.
yeah. Well, what about this Pro Evo Soccer? Pro Evolution Soccer.
PES.
PES. I was a big PES fan back in the day. I preferred it over FIFA, but the thing that hurts Pro Evo is that it doesn't really have the licenses FIFA has. FIFA has this monopoly on footballing licenses, so they're the only ones that can have every of team in the world licensed. Whereas Pro Evo has to use fake name teams, so Chelsea in England would be London Blue.
Oh, I gotcha. Which, wow, really? That's a bit of a stretch right there.
So
I wonder what Manchester is.
They actually buy 2 teams a year from the Premier League. So I remember a couple of years ago, Man U was one of the teams that they had the license for.
Oh, are you kidding? So some are actual teams and some are not?
Yeah.
Just like backyard baseball.
Oh, man.
And
great callback, by the way.
And I know, but most of the players are the real players. But for the national teams, they have fake players with similar names. Like one I'll never forget was Donovan, the U.S. Forward, and Pro Evo. Every year he was Dotan or Dotan. It was hilarious.
Was David Beckham ever in there?
David Beckham.
It was hilarious. You could see the knockoffs, and but it had a really in-depth editor, so you can make your own jerseys that look like the real teams.
That's cool.
Yeah, I saw side-by-side comparison, and
it looks better.
It does. So it's like they have the game without the licensing, whereas FIFA has the licensing with basically just regenerating the same game.
Exactly.
And then Forza, I like Forza. I like racing
Forza
games, but I don't think it's a great sports game. I mean, if it's Gran Turismo, we're gonna talk I'm gonna have a different speech about this, but Forza just really has never been the Gran Turismo for me.
I agree. Gran Turismo's maybe not the most recent one, but I definitely think Forza has gotten better throughout the years. I remember really enjoying Forza 3.
Yeah. Well, but that's another thing. Gran Turismo comes out once every few years, whereas Forza comes out every year, and they have it.
So moving on to best role-playing game, you got Bloodborne, Fallout 4, Pillars of Eternity, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and Undertale. Now, I'm not familiar with Pillars of Eternity or Undertale that much. Have you guys heard anything about either of those two?
Nope.
I have not. I see that it's made by Obsidian, who
did New Vegas
and Knights of the Old Republic 2, but I didn't know they had an RPG under their belt.
Yeah, I need to look that up.
Now.
I think they're going to give this to The Witcher 3, and you know what? I actually think that's going to get Game of the Year. I've swung off the Fallout.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
What happened?
I just think that the way that... I mean, it's still a great game, but the way that it's... I'm focusing a little more on negatives now that I'm this far into it. I feel like The Witcher 3 has been out much longer, and people are still talking about how great it is. I don't know if we will have that at that point in Fallout 4's, timeline. If that makes sense.
You think the the honeymoon phase will be over relatively soon with Fallout.
Which with The Witcher, it seems like everybody who's played it is still talking about how great it is. And with Fallout 4, it's still good. It's fun. I still want to go play it. But there are things that happen to me in that game, glitch-wise and others, that I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to play this for a while. I'm kind of annoyed at it.
Well, and what about The Witcher is bad? Have we heard anything about The Witcher that has...
I haven't.
Is there any negative criticism? It's a great game. I've enjoyed the little bit that I've played. I know, Josh, you have it, right?
Yeah.
And you've played a bit of it.
A tiny bit.
Yeah.
I think it's unfair to say I've played it.
Yeah, but, I played a bunch of Fallout. Fallout is not perfect. It's still the game that I want to play every time I get home and turn on my PlayStation, but it's not going to be the best RPG.
Absolutely not. It's way more of a shooter this time around than an RPG, for sure.
And Bloodborne, I don't know, with that new DLC, I wonder if that'll be at the top of
I don't even know if they
list.
factor that into the awards. I think they're going with the original release.
Yeah. I believe so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bloodborne, I don't honestly, I don't see the RPG in Bloodborne, to be honest. To me, it's more like a
hack and slash type.
Not action adventure hack and slash. Yeah, you're right. But I guess it has RPG elements. But then if you want to go like that, then shouldn't Destiny be nominated? Because that game has RPG elements.
That's true.
There are elements. But we're talking about whether or not it's nominated.
Yeah.
Destiny has to be nominated, Jerry.
You said it's more of an action adventure. Bloodborne was not nominated for action adventure game. The nominees for that are Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Batman Arkham Knight, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Ori and the Blind Forest, which actually has a couple other nominations. So Ori and the Blind Forest I hadn't heard of until I saw the nominees, and now I want to check it out.
Curious. Yeah.
Hey, that's an Xbox exclusive,
is it?
I think.
Oh, there
Jerry?
you go. That's why
Jerry,
I haven't heard
double
of it.
check me.
I'll check right now for you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But,
So I played Batman. I enjoyed it. I saw the big story element coming. Have you finished it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got like 99.9%
Yeah, that's right.
complete.
And it is Xbox exclusive.
Okay, that's why I haven't played it. There you go.
I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, the Batman, great, fantastic game.
Yeah.
Fantastic game. So much fun. Not going to win Best Action Adventure.
And I want to play Rise of the Tomb Raider. I really like the first one, but like we said before on the show, I can wait. It's really good, but it's not buy a new Xbox One good.
Well, and released at the same time as Fallout 4.
Yeah.
I mean,
we got plenty to keep us busy.
and I think I might be focused on whether or not people are playing this game or not. I know that this is a panel of judges, respected, game industry experts that are going to be judging or that are going to be picking the winners. But Rise of the Tomb Raider, from what I've seen, spent a lot of time on Twitch. I know IGN does a lot of Let's Plays. It doesn't seem much different. It doesn't seem like it's a better storyline than the first one. I mean, it could be a better storyline, but from what I've seen, it's just more of the same. Whereas, like a Metal Gear Solid, that delivered.
That'd be the one I put money on to take this award.
That delivered.
Don't knock out Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
I've heard good things from them too, but I just feel like Metal Gear Solid 5, it doesn't get released every year like Assassin's Creed does.
Yeah.
So in terms of quality, it's...
And the gameplay is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's so fun to play. Just sucks that Fallout came out, and then Taken King came out, and all these other games. But Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I heard good things, mostly because I bought Unity last year, and I played a decent amount. I got to, sequence 9. I think the game had 12 sequences. I almost beat it. I don't know why I stopped. I stopped glitches.
I don't either. I mean...
The glitches were annoying, and it was such a pretty game. It was a very good-looking game. It just sucked that the gameplay wasn't there. Arno didn't do what you wanted him to do most of the time. He just ran into walls and nope, I gotta climb it because I don't want to. And I have a friend who's a hardcore Assassin's Creed fan. He bought Syndicate, and he said, from what he said the game doesn't look as pretty as a Unity, but it plays so much better. It played much more in the style of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which is in my opinion, the pinnacle
my favorite
franchise.
Yeah. I stopped playing in number 3. I didn't finish 3, and I hadn't bought a single Assassin's Creed since then because I felt like I want to, we'll talk about backlogs, either this show or later, but I mean, it's on my backlog. I want to finish it. I just got other priorities for my time right now. But I played 1, 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, and I enjoyed all of them. Some are better than others, but I mean, I have heard that the Syndicate is the best one that's been released in a little while.
Is 3 the one in New England?
Yeah, it's the Civil War.
Not Civil War.
I mean the Revolutionary War. No, they should do a Civil War one. Though.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
3 was fantastic. I loved that game, but it was more of the same. I like the added, boat pirating, I guess.
Yeah, and if you didn't play Black Flag, you missed. That was a big part of that game.
Yeah.
The boats and the ship.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Black Flag was really awesome. It kind of sucked because there weren't really any big cities.
It was very. You could port, but you couldn't really explore the cities, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you could, but they weren't because they were islands. There weren't any tall buildings, or it was just smaller cities. And maybe you need a game that combines both.
Yeah.
But the sailing part is really fun, and the sea battles were also good fun, and upgrading your ship. Oh, that was really cool.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I mean, but I'd probably skip it and just go right to Syndicate. Real quick, the Ori and the Blind Forest. My first introduction to it was on the podcast, The Indoor Kids, Kumail and Emily. They had a little. They had the developers over, and they actually played it at the Meltdown Comics. So that's on their podcast. So you should check it out, The Indoor Kids. But they talked about it, and they said it was a platformer. So I went and checked it out. Super interesting platformer. Very, very beautiful music and story. Just from what I've seen, actually very complicated, kind of puzzly. I really. This is when I get Xbox One. This is one that is in my backlog. This is one that I would check out. It reminded me a little bit of a Rayman in terms of gameplay, but but with a really neat little story that they kind of touched on. So for action adventure game, I would probably stick with something like Metal Gear, just for the big, Kojima, all that good stuff.
So,
all right. Josh, what's the next
we got Best Shooter, which Fallout 4 is not on here either. So, Call of Duty Black Ops, once again, Black Ops 3, Destiny the Taken King, Halo 5 Guardians, Splatoon again, and then Star Wars Battlefront.
Jerry, do you ever get that? Go ahead.
I will stick to what I know, and I will still say that Destiny has the best shooting mechanics in any first-person shooter in the year 2015. I will stand. Yes, it doesn't have a story.
That was my question, was whether or not you were going to pick Destiny. Having played Destiny, the mechanics are fantastic.
Exactly.
It's loads of fun.
Maybe there's not much endgame content. Maybe there's not a story. Maybe there's no matchmaking. It's hard to communicate with friends. But at its core, it is a great shooter.
And that's what it is. Best shooter.
Exactly. So that's why I think Bungie deserves kudos for focusing so much on gameplay, And yeah, maybe you abandoned the story and but gameplay, that game is solid. That game is just solid. There's no way around it. Maybe Halo 5, because I really enjoyed 4 and 343. I feel does a good job of keeping up with the Halo gameplay, but to me, Destiny has it. In Call of Duty, it's the same as it's been for the last, 8 years?
Yeah. There's not much change in that, and it's a Black Ops, which not much difference, but it's more of the same. Destiny might be more of the same because it's just the Taken King. Halo might be more of the same. I think Splatoon and Star Wars Battlefront are the only ones that are a little more fresh. So I think those have an advantage.
Even Battlefront is more like Battlefield. It's very similar.
That's true. That's very true. With lasers. I haven't unlocked the laser on Battlefield Hardline yet, so. But it's also Star Wars, Jerry. I mean,
It's
Do you
the
think
year
that's
Star Wars? It's
do
the
you-
year Star Wars.
Yeah. Do you think that's gonna sway the judges in any way?
I feel if any category is going to sway the judges, is going to be best performance because Mark Hamill was nominated in that.
That's true. Yeah. We could touch on that. So, best shooter. Let's just. That was a coin flip. Destiny or I don't know. That's a coin flip. It's pretty even across
Maybe
the board.
Battlefront. Maybe or Splatoon.
But you mentioned Mark Hamill as the Joker in Batman Arkham Asylum. Didn't he say he was not going to reprise the role?
I thought that too. I thought he said that after Arkham City, but now he's back for
he
this. He said
he
something
wasn't
about doing
gonna-
an animated film.
Yeah, he said he's going to retire as the Joker after Arkham City. But then all of a sudden he was on Arkham Knight, and I was like, okay. And then he's going to be in the adaptation of the comic.
The Killing Joke, right?
Yeah, and it's like, didn't you retire, bro?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I'm not going to complain if he wants to come back to the Joker.
Oh,
Be my guest.
exactly.
he's in my opinion, he's the best voice for the Joker.
Absolutely.
So if you're talking about performance, like I think if you want to, the year Star Wars, what better way than to bring Mark Hamill into the VGAs and give him an award, as the Joker.
The other nominees are Ashley Birch as Chloe Price in Life is Strange, which I don't know too much about, and then Camilla Luddington as Lara Croft, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, she's great.
She's great. Yeah.
Doug Cockle as Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher 3, and then Viva Seifert from Her Story, which I also don't know too much about.
That Camilla
Luddington.
Camilla?
Wow,
she's English.
Camilla?
She's British. So
British?
I'm pretty sure it's Camilla. Camilla Luddington. She's actually on Grey's Anatomy.
Sounds like she'd be on Downton Abbey.
She's on Grey's Anatomy. She's fantastic. But I think she could easily play the Tomb Raider role. She's an actual actress. She looks a lot like the character, Lara Croft. So it'd be interesting to see if she can actually pick up an acting role doing her. Yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, Mark Hamill, run away with that category. Josh, what's the next category?
Well, we got best score and soundtrack. We got Fallout 4, which gives me goosebumps. But that's a nostalgia thing, I think. Halo 5 Guardians, Metal Gear Solid 5, Ori and the Blind Forest, and The Witcher 3.
Yeah,
so I haven't listened to a lot of these because they're all on my backlog, except for Fallout 4. So
some of those are just beautiful.
I'm super biased.
Ori and the Blind Forest is a beautiful soundtrack. Witcher, I know is really good.
I haven't played enough of. I would assume Halo has good music, based on
it always do
previous games, but I don't feel qualified enough to judge the music on because I've only played 2 games out of this. Yeah, 2 games.
Oh yeah. So we'll just just let the viewers decide that one. Best independent game: Axiom Verge, Her Story, Ori and the Blind Forest, Rocket League, and Undertale.
I think Rocket League's gonna sweep.
Yeah,
it all the smaller awards.
It wouldn't surprise me because they actually landed in some pretty solid categories.
Yeah,
an independent game. If we're talking about a game that, it's obviously independent, it's gonna blow up like Rocket League. That's a huge deal. Everybody's got a chance to play it. The judges have to play everything, right? So they're going to get.
I hope so.
Yeah, but I think Ori and the Blind Forest and Rocket League are probably the 2. I've not heard of Axiom Verge. Have you guys heard about that one?
I have, because I'm pretty sure it was a Plus game.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's definitely a PS Plus game. It's one of those that I downloaded and I never played.
Yeah,
just like Rocket League for me.
Well, yeah. Indie games are always tough. I know when indie games are big, like Rocket League, or in the Blind Forest, Transistor. There's some really big ones that everybody knows, but as far as actual gameplay, I don't think we're experts, so let's just stick with Rocket League.
Sure.
Yeah, Axiom Verge is. I'm looking at it. It's like a side scroller action adventure in the vein of Metroid, Contra, and Bionic Commando.
Oh,
it looks
okay.
really old school. It looks really. Actually, I really want to try it now. If I definitely have it on my list of downloads, because I'm pretty sure it was a PS Plus download.
Yeah,
Positive.
The name sounded so familiar, and once you said that, it kind of connected the two. So I'll edit it out. If it's not, we'll just sound like pros.
So, Game of the Year, we already touched on in another show, but we'll bring it back up. Bloodborne, Fallout 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, Super Mario Maker, and Witcher 3. And then the Developer of the Year are the nominees for those same games. Bethesda Game Studio, CD Projekt Red, From Software, Kojima Productions, and Nintendo. So, like I said, I think I've swung from Fallout 4 to The Witcher 3 for Game of the Year. And you know what? Screw it. I think they'll give them the Developer of the Year, too.
Yeah, I remember bringing up the 2 shows ago that CD Projekt Red was that they really made a point to ship out a game that wouldn't need a day one patch to fix any game breaking bugs, and I think they succeeded at it. You know, that was one of their main points in a time, because the big pre-release at that time, because it was when Unity was coming out. It was November when they had the Witcher like kind of stuff. They said like, even if we delay again, it's because we want you guys to have a game that doesn't break, that doesn't work day one. And I think that's a good mentality to have, and I think that's why I said CD Projekt Red might get the Developer of the Year and their really sweet collector's edition that they had.
Yeah, Developer of the Year. I'm gonna pick Kojima Productions. Game of the Year, I'm gonna pick Metal Gear Solid, because of the big Kojima deal. Bethesda, I wish was the one. Fallout 4, I wish was the one, because those games hold true to me. As you guys know, I'm a big Fallout guy. My gamer scores. That's the first game I ever played on my Xbox. But that Metal Gear, that's the one thing that everybody's been playing. Witcher 3, it came in and went. People loved it, but I haven't heard much replay on it. People are still playing Metal Gear Solid. They're still doing the missions. They're still going back and updating their base. Yeah, so, and I guess it's a really long story too.
Yeah, I'm from the look of the mission things. I'm like 20 something in, and apparently I'm at the first, technically still the first part of the game. It's like, no.
Now,
I want to beat it already.
Josh,
I want to know what happens.
Are we going to buy Bloodborne and start playing that?
I'm not. I mean,
do you like to suffer? Or do you like pain? Because
no, I didn't like
play a game.
I don't like those kind of games where I want to throw my controller against the wall, because, as I said earlier, I have a tough time fixing those things and repairing parts. So I prefer not to do that.
It's like Dark Souls, right? You guys play Dark Souls?
Isn't it the same people?
Same developer.
Yeah.
Same developer, yeah.
Well,
do you play Dark Souls, Josh?
No, I've seen people play it, and that's not for me.
No, thanks,
that's not my
right?
game. Real quickly, though, before we move on to the checkpoints, we were talking about Fallout 4, and I want to tell you something that has made me want to take a little break from Fallout 4 for a tiny bit. So, like I said, I wanted to platinum the game. So, all I have left are faction trophies and the 100% settlement happiness. And so I was like, let me just get my settlement to 100%, and then I'll reload some saves, and I will do the faction quests. And what happened was I got to 90% happiness, and then I read something that said that you have to fill your settlement with decorations and all this stuff to almost max out the size before it will go up to 100%. So I started doing that. I got it high up. It starts going up, 91, 92. And then, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can do quests for the Minutemen, and they're pretty much infinite. Things will just pop up at settlements, and it'll be random. Like, oh, help us out with super mutants or ghouls, or they're, blah, blah, blah. Well, a quest popped up at like 92%, and it said, kidnapping at Sanctuary Hills, which is where my settlement is. So then it says, talk to Preston Garvey. So I do, and he tells me, like, oh, go talk to the settlers at Sanctuary Hills. Apparently there's been a kidnapping and they need your help. I'm like, all right, cool. All right, so I go to Sanctuary Hills. Happiness is going down because somebody got kidnapped. And there's a glitch where there's no map marker for the settler to talk to find the information on the kidnapper or where the person's being held. And so obviously, like, I don't think it'll even generate to go save a hostage until I talk to a settler. And since there's no marker, I cannot go rescue a hostage that doesn't exist in a place that hasn't been named. And so my happiness just goes down, and there's no way to get around that. And so, like, I reload the save, start doing everything all over. Same thing. These quests, I guess they're random, but they're in an order. Like, they're never ending, but they just cycle the same way. So I can't get 100% happiness. So I just said, all right, I'm going to start a new file later. And do factions that way.
You might have to wait for a patch, though.
Yeah.
It might be a glitch.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is. So I figure whatever comes first, when I do my new file. By the way, which I did start, the low intelligence, high charisma doesn't really affect the dialogue.
Really?
Yeah. At least not in my experience. I haven't noticed anything.
Wow. And you're playing as Walter White now, aren't you?
Yeah, I saw somebody else do it online, and I thought I'll try it. I'm not good at being creative, and he looks
good.
He looks like a guy who dressed up like Walter White for Comic-Con.
Actually, yeah, he does.
Didn't you try and make your GTA character look like Walter White too?
I did. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
It's a great show, Jerry.
I made Michael look like him. Jerry's seen it,
It's
right?
a great show. Have you seen it, Jerry?
Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
It's easy to be obsessed with. All right, so those are the pre-VGA thoughts.
Actually,
do
we have any predictions for any game announcements that they're going to be revealed at the show?
Okay, so usually there's two games that I remember having a big presence at VGA, and it's Uncharted and Mass Effect.
Oh, that's
Am I right,
right.
Josh?
Both those games have already been announced.
Andromeda?
Yeah, but
Also
trailer.
Bethesda games.
Yeah, we could
So
get a
Fallout 5.
we could get an Andromeda trailer.
That would be cool.
I'm thinking we'll definitely see something Andromeda. Like trailer, teaser.
Have you heard the rumor about the name of the protagonist?
No.
Doug?
No.
Oh.
Because you got Shepard in the last one. So there's a new person, and somebody zoomed in on a screenshot from a trailer. I think that was on N7 Day, and there's a little dog tag that says Ryder, like Ryder.
Oh, that's cool.
And if you remember the E3 trailer, there was a song in it. Do you remember what song it was?
No.
Ghost Riders in the Sky.
Really?
Oh.
So I think that's pretty good confirmation.
Plot twist: it's Shepard. It's a clone of Shepard 1,000 years in the future.
Is it really?
That would be cool. I would love it if Shepard was back, but who knows?
That way, you keep your same decisions you made from 1, 2, and 3 with the
On my
eventual
other console, my last gen console.
HD port that we
Hey,
get.
that'd be cool if they announced that at the show, a trilogy HD remaster.
Oh, I would totally play those again.
So good.
I would.
Except skip all the planet exploration on the Mass Effect
Actually,
one.
with Borderlands, they have you could upload your saves. So maybe they can add a patch to the old games and make you.
I'm sure they will. I mean,
But-
how hard is it going to be?
I mean, they literally brought him back from the dead in the second one.
That's true.
I'm sorry, spoilers for an 8-year-old game.
We don't know that. All right. Well, those are our pre-VGA thoughts. So please check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Next Save Point. Obviously, you could check us out on Stitcher, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. The Next Save Point Show. We love to hear your comments, so please leave us comments. Tweet at us. Bug us any way you can. Any good feedback. We would love to hear your thoughts about the Video Game Awards. And then also we will be live streaming, live tweeting. We will live tweeting the live stream of the VGA Awards. So please check us out at thenextsavepoint.com. Nextsavepoint.com.
So, a couple checkpoints that we got from the week. It was a lighter week because of Thanksgiving, but we got a couple stories we could talk about before we head out. I thought the big one was shown in the last couple of days. PlayStation Remote Play is going to be on PC and Mac.
I'm all about that.
There is an application now where you will... Well, it's not out yet, but it's in development. We'll probably hear about it at PlayStation Experience next weekend. I think that's pretty awesome.
Oh, I love it. And I know there's a lot of comments like, "Oh, how are you gonna mess up your frame rate and all that stuff like that?" There's a lot of negative flack, but those are just PC master race people, or console master race people fighting with the PC master race people. But anytime that I can play my games away from my console, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have to pack up a little like portable, monitor and take your console with you, if you can just load up your laptop and fire up an application, all you got to bring is a controller and have some internet. That's awesome.
Yeah, like this weekend, I'm at the in-laws down in San Diego, and I would love to be able to just pop open their Mac and play some Fallout, explore the wasteland while I'm waiting for turkey.
No, yeah, I think it's great. I think it definitely trumps, because if I remember correctly, one of the big Xbox features coming in the next couple of months is the fact that you can play your Xbox One games on PC. I'm not entirely sure if it's like a remote play situation or it'll actually give you a key. I doubt it's a key.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
It
crazy.
does sound. It definitely sounds more like it's like the remote play version of Microsoft Windows,
That's pretty cool.
So, I mean, I think it's great that Sony is I don't want to say countering. Well, it kind of is, because they announced it first, and now they're like, oh, well, we're doing it too, guys. Don't forget about us. So I think that's why I think competition is always. You don't want one system to outright win a console war, because competition is good. You get good deals, and you get stuff like this,
Yeah. Now Sony just needs to add name changes and backwards compatibility.
I still think they'll announce that at the PlayStation Experience, because I know Japan, you've been able to do it.
Oh,
for a
really?
while.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You saw that they Sony had sent out a little survey, and that was one of the things that it was a survey about what do you want to see from PlayStation, and one of the check boxes was to be able to change your.
I'd change my name.
Would you?
Yep.
Mine's pretty perfect. So I'm gonna leave it as is, Captain Trev.
All right, so I'll let you guys handle these two.
Let me pop in with a checkpoint of my own. I just kind of stumbled across it this morning. Martin Bergman. Nobody knows who he is, but they will now. Bergman. He's a modder, and he went in and he specializes in advanced lighting techniques. So he posted some stuff on Imager, whatever you want to say. This Toddy Hancer, TODDYHANCER mod, and it improves Star Wars Battlefront gameplay, and it changed the lighting so it looks exactly like the movie. So, Josh, I'm showing you right now. These are some pictures. That's the actual no landscape.
That's from the game?
That's from the game. And so, yeah, you move over, and it's
wow.
Yeah. So keep going. So that's from the game. That's from the game. It just looks exactly like the movie. And this is a mod. I know it's loading. Come on, don't keep swiping. That's how it breaks.
It's good.
But that's a mod. He is so good. I mean, you need a really advanced computer, so that's probably why they can't do that. They got to kind of dumb it down to the lowest common denominator in terms of computers from a developer standpoint. But he modded it in a way that it made it look so real. It's really hard to go back to playing the real game when it looks that good. I think those are really cool. I wish I could get mods on my PlayStation. I wish I could get mods on Xbox. When are we going to see the mods on the consoles? Or are they just not going to happen?
Fallout's doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
But I think the Xbox is getting it a little bit earlier. It's an exclusive feature they have.
Yeah,
right,
well,
Josh?
Yeah, I think that's why the commercials all say Xbox and stuff like that, but I think it's whatever. Like, I can wait. I'm super patient, and I mean, I don't even know if I'll be playing Fallout by the time the mods come anyways.
That's pretty cool. All right, Josh, watch the next
These two are for you guys, since you guys are all about Destiny. Destiny has added a refer a friend mode that will, well, not a mode, but a program that will allow you to recruit a buddy to play Destiny with you, and when you guys play on the same fire team, you will unlock exclusive rewards like emotes and gear and other stuff. And then they also are going to be adding a harder mode to the Taken King. So when you do the challenges for was it King's Fall?
The raid, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit more difficult.
Okay, so let me tell you, the community does not like this refer a friend program right now. They're very upset with Bungie And
Why is
honestly,
that?
I don't get it. I mean, I kind of see why, but the reason they're upset with it is because
Noobs.
no, not noobs. They're locking away 3 new special swords as a reward for this quest line.
So you can only get those swords
If you refer a friend. Wow.
and find it on a fire with a fire team.
Exactly. So that's why they're super upset because
It's not just aesthetics.
exactly they're locking away a one of 3 elemental swords, and I noticed that a lot of the Destiny community, including myself, I like to collect the guns. You know, my vault is full because I don't want to delete my guns. I like to have them there, even if they're year 1. But a lot of people are pissed because they feel like they're getting locked. They feel like they can't exploit the system, you know. And in a way, they're kind of. I don't want to agree with them. I think that there should be some sort of. You should be able to have that thing that's like, oh yeah, I have this, and you don't. I think that gives it a. I don't think everything should be made available to everybody. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Like something
It's-
that makes like already in a game that you're struggling to be unique because of the high end armor gear. Having those things, I think makes. I was like, oh yeah, how do you get that shader? How do you get that emblem? I think that makes it better. But do you know the community? It's a weird community. They feel. I feel the Destiny community is very. They feel like they deserve everything and anything that Bungie dishes out. I don't know.
there's a lot of communities like that.
Yeah, and it makes sense to be able to run around and see somebody with a tiger mask and go, "Oh man, I wish I had that tiger mask." But then to have a guy with a really cool sword that actually changes the gameplay and changes the way you, go into the crucible or whatever. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really tough. It's almost microtransaction-y.
Maybe you'll be able to buy the swords later with real money.
Oh no! Don't. That'll be the day.
And
as
that's
for-
the day Destiny died. We'll be singing.
As for the harder mode, I'm very confused as to what is that going to do besides, being harder. Like they haven't been very clear.
Oh, they said if you kill the raid boss, they're going to assign you a way to kill him in a specific manner.
Yes.
And if you do that, you'll be rewarded somehow. They didn't say any other specifics.
See, that's the problem. What are we getting rewarded with? Why
know.
is it even worth running in challenge mode?
Kill him
That-
with only snipers, or kill him with only shotguns. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah,
Melee final blow.
It's a cool idea, but they're not telling us what we're getting out of it. It's like, what's the benefit?
Elemental swords.
Nah, those are tied to quests. The
Yeah.
co-op sorts. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'll run it on Friday when it comes out, or whenever it comes out. This Friday, right? Next Friday?
The December update.
Oh, December update. Then never mind. It comes out way later. I'll try it. I'll do it. I'll be pissed if I don't get anything above 310 light level. But
Well, you can
We'll
rant. You can rant when you come here next week, then, or the week after.
Am I out of it? I thought we could only do 310 light level. Are they increasing it?
no. With the release of hard mode, gear of between 310 and 320 light started dropping on the raid.
No
So
way.
technically, the highest achieved light level you can get in the game is 320, but there's no artifacts that are above 320 light. You can't get a 310 plus light artifact.
So really, 320 is impossible
think-
for now.
319 is the highest technically possible.
Okay.
I'm at 316.
Well,
I don't
sorry.
really-
I'm sorry. Was that a brag? Was that a humble brag? I couldn't tell.
stealth frag. But I guess if challenge mode is the only way to get artifacts that are above 310 light level, then I guess that's what we'll have to do to get to 320.
Cool.
Yeah.
What else you got, Josh?
We got the
checkpoints.
free games for the PlayStation Plus and for the Xbox Games with Gold. PlayStation for December, you're going to get on PS3 SSX and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Oh yeah.
And on the PS4, you'll get King's Quest and Gauntlet Slayer Edition. And then for Vita, you get Freedom Wars and Crockett Bird's Hard-Boiled Chicken. So, not sure what those are, but I'll be downloading them. Games with gold, you got on the 360 Operation Flashpoint. And, right, is that 360? Yeah. Sacred 3, Castle Storm. Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing and Thief.
Lame
Yeah.
all around.
No, nothing. Well, I like Far Cry 3, and I never got around to Blood Dragon, so
Yeah.
I might play that one.
Freedom
that's the one I wanna
Wars,
play.
I've heard, is really good on Vita. But that's about it. Like, there's no good PS4 Plus games.
Yeah, nothing to freak out about this month on
Yeah.
either console.
Hey, Thief is cool, but at this point, who hasn't played that?
It got terrible reviews, the new one on PS4 and Xbox One that came out like last year, I believe, early January. It got blasted, and one of my
The
friends
sequel?
actually bought it. Yeah, Thief 4.
Oh.
And he
Oh,
said
I
it was
remember that.
terrible.
Yeah. Well,
That's why they're giving it away.
for free.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Great checkpoints.
Thanks.
Any new releases we need to hit up, Jerry?
Yeah, this is like
Releases,
the low
we got,
part of
got our list. We got our list. So, for November 30th, we got one game.
Really?
Oh, wow.
No, it's on a Monday though, so that's why it's just like, why is there a game coming out on Monday? But on Monday, November 30th, you'll get One Final Breath, available on Xbox One, PS4, PS3, and the Vita. In this game, it's find your daughter in the halls of the abandoned St. Mary's boarding school, which was once a hospital with a dark history. Play as the rundown father who must overcome his issues and bring his child home in this episodic horror series. From what I gathered, episode 2 is coming out this Monday.
Oh, is this
Getting
like
terrible reviews.
a Telltale Games type thing, or the episodic?
Yeah, it's like a horror game, first person. It's getting destroyed. Like Steam, I saw the Steam page for it. It's like mostly negative reviews.
So you
40%.
recommend it?
So is it a must buy?
Absolutely, game of the year. Sleep it.
Holiday gift giving.
After that, we got a couple releases for December 1st. The Tuesday, the regular release. And we got Chivalry, Medieval Warfare on Xbox One and PS4. Besiege castles and raid villages in Chivalry Medieval Warfare. A fast-paced medieval first-person slasher with a focus on multiplayer battles. Wow, I said medieval a lot.
Well, that's what it is.
It looked kind of cool. It's getting it's positive reviews on the Steam because I guess it's been out on PC for a while. It's actually $5 on Steam. It's a steal.
It's those sometimes Steam games. It's like, why don't I just get the PC? Because the Steam games are so much more affordable.
So
but
cheap.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just said that. All right, what else we got?
We're moving on to the big games, the big releases. Just Cause 3.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe I forgot about
It's
that.
like the last big holiday hit.
Yeah.
Xbox One, PS4, and PC. With over 1,000 squared kilometers of complete freedom from sky to seabed, Rico Rodriguez returns to unleash chaos in the most creative and explosive ways imaginable. Also, for you Americans, 1,000 squared kilometers is 386 squared miles.
That's it?
That's
That's
it.
nothing. How big is that? what kind of map are we talking?
386 miles is pretty big.
Well,
Travis.
I know that it's big in like terms of my normal life. But that game you could fly around and do stuff like that, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. I've personally never been into it. I played a little bit of Just Cause 2, and the gameplay for me didn't quite sell me on it.
The
so,
trailers look pretty nice.
I saw some gameplay. It looks really cool. It looks like Grand Theft. So you know what it looks like when you want to go on a rampage on Grand Theft Auto and get your star level up, and so you get the cops after you. That's what it looks like, but the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
And the
basically
cool thing,
yeah.
the cool thing about it is you destroy. I think the environments are destructible. So like if you see, I remember seeing a castle and like you shot something at it and like it chipped away part of the thing, and I guess that's kind of like the appeal of it. It's like a legit sandbox. You can destroy stuff
Yeah.
and just do whatever the hell you want in it.
Yeah, I saw a guy take an RPG to a bridge, and the bridge collapsed, and then you could no longer drive on that bridge.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
So yeah, probably not gonna get it. I don't know about you guys.
It's just tough with a game without a dense storyline. It's really tough to buy because we have so many other games where we could go destroy.
Gotta catch up on other stuff.
I could do that in Fallout 4 and probably get some of the storyline done.
Can't destroy a bridge though.
Yet.
The other moving on.
There are bugs that'll do that for you, by the way. All right, Gerry, keep going.
Rainbow Six Siege, Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Did you play that beta?
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is the upcoming installment of the acclaimed first-person shooter franchise developed by the renowned Ubisoft Montreal studio.
I can't believe this is being released.
This game worries me.
Yeah, the fact that they had to delay the beta a week before the game comes out, that's not good. That's not good. If I had that game pre-ordered, I probably would go cancel it and just wait a little bit.
I mean,
they said it was for matchmaking reasons.
Exactly,
which is the core.
Isn't it like mainly online? Isn't there like no single player in this game?
There's only online. I'm sure there's a single player tutorial. No, I'm not even sure about that.
No, I checked videos on it because I downloaded the beta, but before I tried it, I actually looked at some videos, and there's two modes. There's Terrorist Hunt and then 5-on-5. Terrorist Hunt is pretty cool. It's like a 5-player co-op. You infiltrate whatever situation it is. You got like 4 different points of entry, and you have 5 teammates with you, and you infiltrate this place that's just been rigged with bombs, and you have to defuse it as a team. And there's friendly fire, so if you shoot your teammate, you're awesome. Killing him. Yeah, and so it's very strategic, and the AI is really difficult. And once you're shut down, you have like a timer, and if you don't get revived within the timer, you're dead for the entire round. So you have to hope your teammates pull it off or that they die. It's a pretty cool idea, but it requires matchmaking.
Yeah.
So that's kind of worrying, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the critics receive it.
It has good ideas, but I don't think
it needs to be executed properly.
Yeah, I can see that game having a bunch of multiplayer issues and getting patches every so often. But I mean, it might be good. I'll definitely try the beta today. I've been meaning to try it yesterday, but it was kind of late when I finished downloading it. So I'll probably try it right now after we're done with this.
Cool. So that's it. That's the new releases.
No.
What?
Don't get ahead of yourself.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Can I pause you real quick? I'm looking at Josh's desktop right now, and his terabyte is actually labeled 1 TB12.
Yeah, it's 1 terabyte. 1 Tom Brady 12.
1 Tom Brady 12. Okay, Josh, what's the last? Or Gerry, what's the last one?
There's 2 more actually.
What?
December 3rd, Dragon Quest Heroes for the PC.
Oh yeah.
Dragon Quest, one of the most iconic RPG series from Japan, now comes to the PC as the full-scale action RPG in Dragon Quest Heroes, The World's Trees Woe and the Blight Below. So as we all know, Josh wrote a lengthy review on it on the website. You can go check it out if you're one of those PC Master Race people. And,
NextSavePoint.com.
Yeah. Go check it out. Maybe you'll like it. Go buy it on PC.
It's cheaper. It's like $40. It's not going to be the full $60.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And finally,
last but not least,
Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U, December 4th.
I got a buddy who was talking about
this. I'm not criticizing you, but Xenoblade is... You saved the best for last, and you went with Xenoblade? Okay, keep going.
This is a long-running franchise, Travis, I'll have you know.
It is.
The game centers on the player's customizable avatar, who works to coexist with the indigenous creatures on a hostile alien planet while striving to protect humanity. Similar to its predecessor, the game features an open-world design that strongly emphasizes exploration.
Yeah, the game looks huge
I want to get it because I played Xenoblade, the
Wii one?
The Wii one, but on 3DS.
Oh.
And it's so cool, but it just sucks playing on a small screen. It has a cool battle system. It has a cool weapon. Finally, a cool weapon in an RPG. The Minato. Like, it looks badass and it's useful. And it's like, where are these iconic weapons that you used to have in RPGs like Cloud's Buster Blade and Leon's Gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII. You don't see that anymore. And I was happy to see in the 3DS Wii Xenoblade that you had like the Minato. But it's on the Wii U.
Yeah, tough to get into.
Yeah, I wanted to say that game looks good, but it's on Wii.
Yeah.
It's based on, you guys, if you ever played Xenogears and Xenosaga, the same people behind it. No? No.
Yeah. Josh and I just look at each other like, nope.
I mean, yeah, I saw videos. It looks good, but I have a really hard time plugging in my Wii U. Period.
Not just turning it on, just plug it in.
Yeah. I don't even think the gamepad has been alive for well over a year.
Well, cool. Well, those are our new releases. As always, tune in to the podcast. Josh, will you tell us where they can find us?
You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Next Save Point. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search Next Save Point or Facebook.com/Next Save Point. And then, as always, you can find us at the main website, nextsavepoint.com. And if you found this podcast, cool. If you're telling friends about it, you tell them on iTunes, Stitcher, and now Google Play has a podcast store that we're on. So you can find us all those places.
Very cool. Stay tuned for next week when we go to the VGA Awards.
Recap.
Oh, great.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.